Alrighty, good evening and welcome. This is my third day of refeeding today and starting to finally get some body energy, good systemic energy back. Left the house for a good bit of a walk today for the first time in really since the first or second day of the water fast. So really starting to feel fresh again, doing a lot of stretching, taking a hot bath with some Epsom salts to release out any toxins in the skin and stuff. And just in general, just starting to get back to myself and feel better. And another few more days and I should be well able to start doing some of the muscle rebuilding and back to a kind of normal diet like what I was on before. So today I wanted to chat about the lymphatic system and how to drain it. Now I did a video before on the lymphatic system earlier, like I think last week sometime. And just to remind, the lymphatic system is the body's sewer system that runs from head to toe. It makes up 75% of our bodily fluids, and it's responsible for cleaning out all of our cellular and body waste, or the majority of it anyway. So basically, if it gets backed up, then that's going to be the thing that's causing your stiffness, soreness, aches, skin breaking out, all the way up to your diseases and illnesses. It's also your main immune system. So you really want to make sure your lymphatic system is moving properly, assuming your kidneys are already filtering. And I talked about that before as well. Your kidney filtration, the way you check, is first thing in the morning. You want to urinate in a jar, in a glass, and leave it sit for 2-3 hours, and you should check, and down at the bottom or on the surface and stuff you should see tiny little strands. And that's basically the chemistry that's coming out of your body. If your urine is totally clear, it means your body's not filtering waste out, because, if it's clear, then where's the waste, basically? So you should see sediment in your urine. And even if you look into the toilet, you should see stuff going around. Now, foam in the urine is different. That's excessive getting rid of proteins. If you're on a high protein diet, you'll have a very foamy urine. And also if you're detoxing and you're getting rid of old proteins, now that includes viral loads and stuff, so not just all your muscle, but if you've got foam in the urine, then it means you're detoxing out some old protein. So assuming that the kidneys are good to go, and you're even especially if you're feeling really tight and sore and backed up and stiff all up in the head and the shoulders and everything, then you're ready to start doing some lymphatic drainage techniques. So the first thing I love to do is hot cold showers. So this is alternating between maybe 45 seconds on warm, quite warm, getting to quite hot as you get more advanced, switching directly to a chilly to a really cold shower. Especially now in winter in Europe, it's we've got some nice cold showers, so it's really alkalizing the cold. And what it does is the lymph system doesn't have a pump like the heart with the blood, so the lymph basically moves mainly on your contractions of your skin, your movement, that kind of thing. So by putting alternating hot and cold, you're forcing blood to and from these tissues, and with that you're forcing the lymphatic system to move with it. So it's a really good way to get the whole lymph system moving and drain down to the kidneys. The second thing I would really recommend, I mentioned movement, so you want to look at doing some light exercise. So we're talking about walking, stretching, yoga, swimming, that kind of thing. Even people love to do rebounding is really good. If you're not too old, then you can go for a good rebound, and that's going to really stimulate the lymph system and get everything moving. Now, too intense exercise is going to cause acids to build up, or create acids in the body from the natural byproduct of working out or exercising. So the third technique you can use is a thing called dry skin brushing, where you can get it's like a dry brush or a wire brush. They have them in all the pharmacies and stuff. They're pretty cheap. And you basically want to use one of these, and you want to brush your skin all the way back towards your heart normally, and then down towards the kidneys from it. You can do the whole body, and what this is doing is the lymph fluid is located just under the skin, and it's stimulating the flow back towards that area. So basically, there's loads of YouTube videos on this if you type in dry skin brushing or Google it. I won't go into too much detail, but it's really good as well, especially in combination with the hot cold showers. The next thing, the fourth thing I would really say then is bringing in some astringent fruits into your diet. So the raw diet in itself is going to be really beneficial and get a lot of lymphatic stuff moving anyway, naturally. But bringing in stuff from the kind of acid food category, so your lemons, limes, oranges, grapefruit, pineapple, if they're ripe, even ones in the lower category like apples and grapes and all are really good strong pullers and strong astringents for basically getting all that kind of built up mucus and lymphatic stuff clogged out and, you know, getting it moving again. I found, like, when I did 2 weeks on just grapes and lemon juice, and I found that I was just constantly purging up this old, you know, really mucus that had been trapped in there for ages and ages. So it's really astringent, really pulling, and it's going to get that old kind of lymphatic stuff moving again. The fifth thing that you can use then are lymphatic herbs. Now, everyone knows that, you know, you use echinacea to boost your immune system. Well, as we said before, your lymphatic system is also your main immune system, and echinacea is actually one of the main herbs that are used in these herbal formulas for your lymph system. So the other stuff would be more astringent stuff to really pull the old lymph out and get that moving towards the kidneys. So the like of your poke root, your white oak bark and chaparral and stuff. It's basically you can get these herbal combinations that are really good for the lymphatic system and get all that moving as well itself. Just an extra kind of puller on that. In conjunction with that, for a sixth thing you could use is if you can go and get a lymphatic drainage massage, which are really powerful. If you know, you can research it if there's one in your area, and they will target the specific lymphatic drainage points, and they'll move everything then down towards the heart and then towards the kidneys, and really powerful stuff for clearing stuff out. I had one of these done when I was in Bali, and it was kind of one of these old techniques, and really, you know, had a lot of stuff moving after it. And he kind of made up this, it was with galangal and ginger, and he rubbed it on me afterwards, and it was to really, again, stimulate the lymphatic flow. So that would be a good one to use as well. So then just a few extra bits from my own personal experience. I used to always use apple cider vinegar with a little bit of water to gargle, to clear my throat and my sinuses and stuff for singing. And I find out now after that it's known as being a powerful kind of lymphatic mover. So apple cider vinegar is good if you want to try that out. Gargle, or you could try drinking it as well, whichever you like. Then I do a lot of saunas. I do, like, you know, sauna, steam room, 20 minutes, and then into a cold shower, and then back in for a bit more, and just kind of like, that's again like the hot cold showers again. Epsom salt baths are really good. If you've ever done any, you know, high, you know, muscle training activity or sports, then you'll know that taking a hot bath with some Epsom salts in it are going to draw toxins out of the skin. So that can be a good way to kind of free up the lymphatics and get all them moving again. In terms of stopping your lymphatic system from getting blocked up, I would say the main thing you want to do is stay away from dairy, because it's the #1 thing that's going to clog up your system. Mainly because we don't have the enzyme to break down dairy in our bodies. So any, you know, cheese or milk or cream or whatever you take in is going to instantly just not be processed and digested by the body, and it's going to back up instantly. And that's why, you know, you find people, you know, they break out in spots and rashes, and they get blocked nose and sinus problems, allergies. These are all as a result probably of, you know, high lymphatic blockage from dairy, I'd say. And then also remembering that your kidney, or your third kidney, is your skin, and you want to make sure that you keep your skin clear. So no deodorants, no antiperspirants, avoid makeup as much as you can, or use a really natural one, and perfumes and stuff are all just neurotoxins. So you really want to try and avoid the aftershaves and all that kind of thing. If you really have to use it, then do it on your t-shirt, but you're still going to be inhaling it. So it's just going to mess with your endocrine glands, with your adrenals and stuff. So best to stay away from that kind of stuff. And after a while, on the raw foods, you're going to be smelling good anyway. Your natural body smell will be fresh, so you won't even have to worry about that. So I hope that was all good, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 4 of refeeding.